Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. The leaves are really starting now. Somebody had suggested, let me show you that up over there too, that I take a ride on a bike and do a video of the colors, which I think is a good idea. I will do that soon. The leaves are coming down like crazy now. They really are. It's that time of the year. It just actually cleared up. It's been raining all day long. It's 1:30 right now. I just had the plumber and Bill, the excavator guy, come out, and we're all good to go for tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited. We're gonna get this done and get this tank in, and we'll have running water to the house hopefully by tomorrow night. So that's kind of good news, I think. I'm ready for it. It's just another step in the progression. One of the things a lot of people, they want instant gratification. They want everything to happen immediately. We've been here 15 months now, and without running water. And we've been lucky enough that my mom lives in town, and we've showered there and stuff like that. But it will be really, really nice not to have to take that trek into town on a regular basis to go get showers and stuff. And to have running water here is just going to be absolutely awesome. And so that's what we're doing. And so we're real excited about. Like I said, it's really, really exciting to finally get this going and get this done. What was I going to say to you guys? So I did a video the other day on my solar, and I wanted to touch on that again. And it's so funny because a lot of you out there say, yeah, my bill's really extremely high as well. And then you get to people who say, oh yeah, I hooked up with a company, Tesla said, I hooked up with a company that, it's like 14.5 cents a day. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a little skeptical of that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, I think people making negative comments about solar probably work for the power company and are told to go on there and try to discredit people. I'll tell you something funny. They have a festival in town every year, and so Heather and I had gone down there to the festival, and we had taken the bike down, and there was a solar company there, and so I went up and started talking to the guy, and because obviously solar's my thing too. And of course, everything they're talking about is grid tied. So another guy comes up, and so he's talking about how awesome it is to be grid tied and blah blah blah. So I start talking about how awesome it is not to be grid tied. And you could just tell this guy that was running the thing, he just wanted me to go away. Because the thing is, I know the real deal. I mean, it's somebody had said, oh, you got to look at the cost and da 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 da. Okay, so let's look at the cost of stuff, okay, and maintenance and upkeep, and if something gets damaged, and it was funny because they were saying that, oh, there goes a branch down. They were saying that, well, part of that fee that you're paying every month goes towards, upkeep of the lines and this, that, and the other thing. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to use a good example here, okay. We're going to use Greater Rochester area. And there's about 1 million people in the Greater Rochester area, which is Rochester, Greece, Henrietta, Webster, all that area. That's all run by RG&E, okay? So he's talking about a $20 fee. That goes towards that. Okay. So basically, let's say there's 200,000 customers, okay? So 200,000 customers paying $20 a pop, you're looking at $4 million a month. Now, I almost guarantee you that the upkeep of the lines and all that type of stuff ain't going to run $4 million a month. Now, when you have an ice storm or something like that, or you have like the hurricane comes down through like it did right now in North Carolina, and you got to bring in all these other companies. But, it's amazing how fast they get stuff back online. 3-4 days, and they got everybody powered back up generally, okay? Yeah, they're taking some of that money and setting it aside for emergencies. But now take that $4 million, times 12 months, and you're looking at $48 million. They're not doing $48 million worth of upkeep every year. I almost guarantee you that. So, and then of course we've got all the other fees and everything else in there as well. So, me saying that, so let's say I did this, okay? Let's say I take $100 a month and I set it aside towards upkeep for my solar or whatever I got to do. And everybody, the big thing is, well, you got to replace your batteries in 10 years. Yeah, okay. So if I'm, having to pay, that money out once every 10 years, I don't have an issue with that, because it's like the other thing, yeah, it's an investment, okay? You are investing in the product to get the free energy. I don't have all the taxes and fees and everything else every month that go along with it. Also, when there's a power outage, I'm still going to have power. So that's a bonus, all right? Those are two positives. Now, here's the third positive, okay? Third positive is nobody's going to come to my house and shut my power off because I've had a couple of tough months and didn't pay my power bill, because I don't have a power bill, okay? So again, to me, it's an advantage to have that, to be able to be independent and not to be hooked up. And then of course you have other expenses, and you're always going to be tied to it somehow with, gasoline for the backup generator and propane and everything else and stuff like that. You're never going to totally 100% get away from everything, but I heat with wood, so I don't have a gas bill. Now, okay, let me go over here and pan over here real quick. And you see my propane tank, okay? Now, it's a 330 gallon propane tank I had to put in this spring. It's completely full with 330 gallons of propane because I haven't used any of it. For me, it's a prep. It's something to have in case of an emergency. It's worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned, okay? Something goes down or something bad happens, I got 330 gallons of propane on hand, not just a couple of 20-pound or 30-pound tanks. That's a huge advantage as far as I'm concerned, okay? Excuse me. The kids both have been sick, and they've now got me sick. So, but anyway, so again, there are other expenses, and like you're talking about your chainsaw for running your gas, and and cutting the wood and stuff like that. Yeah, but again, like I said, I'm not getting a monthly bill. I'm not being taxed every month, okay? Because they had said, I had said in my last other video about the fees were for nothing, okay? They're charging you for this, that, the other thing, this tax, that tax, the other tax, That's just lining the pockets of, these big corporations. That's all that is, or New York State as far as that goes. But, without having that, I don't have those expenses every month. And believe me, guys, I'll tell you what, it's a freaking awesome feeling. And yeah, do I need to work on my solar more and tweak it? Of course. But see, here's the other thing, and people had said in the past is, why don't you get grid tied and work on it as you can? With not being grid tied, or hooked up to the system, it forces me to address whatever problems I have with my solar system now. So, like this month, because of the trees and the leaves and stuff like that, and the sun is going higher or lower trajectory in the sky, okay? Because the leaves are still on, it's blocking the panels less. I'm not making as much power as I normally do. But in less than a month, all these leaves will be gone, and I'll be making probably really good power through the winter because the solar panels are going to be more efficient in the wintertime. Now, we have shorter days, yes. We have more cloudy days, yes. So those things are all a factor, okay? And I've said from the beginning when we first moved up here that I would use a generator as a backup until I got my system where I want it to be, and then I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I'm going to tell you, I will get my system where I want it to be. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe it'll take 2 years. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it'll be something that I'm working on constantly. When I can afford to buy 3 more panels, I will go out and I'll buy 3 more panels. It's just something that it's a work in progress, like anything else. Like the property is a work in progress. There's so much that I want to do here, and I will do it. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to get done. Just like with getting this water situation squared away, it's another positive step forward. Everything is making progress, and this was a huge one because I wanted to make sure we got this in before the snow comes so that we have running water all winter. Very, very important. So anyway, guys, so that's it for right now. I wanted to touch on, like I said, this here and talk about it more. And as far as, I know a lot of you have high gas and electric bills, okay? That sucks. They're never going to go down. They're only going to get higher. So being able to be independent as much as you possibly can, it's an awesome thing. And I'm going to tell you what, it's a really, really, really good feeling not having those bills every month. It really is, because I can utilize that money elsewhere, more important, okay? So anyway, that's it for now. Today, let me tell you the date. It is Thursday, October 13th. And like I said, now it's, well, then I can see the clouds are coming again. I'm going to show you that. Clouds are starting to kick in again, but they're not rain clouds. Those ones aren't there. We might get more rain though, who knows. But anyway, guys, remember, STD. It's one step at a time, it's one thing at a time, and it's one day at a time. And you will get to where you want to be. It really, having perseverance, not listening to negativity, don't listen to hateful people, and you're going to be fine. You really will, We all have good days, we all have bad days. I don't care if you're on grid or off grid. But the thing is, try to have more positive days than negative days, okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Remember, hug and kiss the ones you love, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And that's really, really important. The last thing I want them to remember if something happens to me is, what, Dad told me he loved me today. That's important. To me it is, So anyway, guys, listen, have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be crazy here. It's going to be fun. Going to get a lot of work done as far as getting the water going, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Prep and Nurse 1 out for now.